Blockchain Podcast here at Midwest Con. It's Crypto G. It's your boy. Taking you from the block to the blockchain, how we do every day, all day. Extra special guests in the building. You know what I mean? We got my guy James Francis in the building from Soul AI. What up, bro? How you feeling, baby?
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, matter of fact, like, you know, this is off topic, baby, since we were just talking about it, man. Like, tell us about this music you got dropping, man. What's going on, James, man?
We're going to start with that. All right. Good. Well, you know, I had an opportunity to be an executive producer on a jazz album. It's really a remix, a rearm of kind of flipping jazz music, jazz standards, bringing in soul,
nice,
hip-hop,
right,
little African
beats,
and to really make it approachable for a new generation.
Facts,
but we wanted to make sure also that it would appeal to true jazz heads.
Facts.
So it's called Back to Forever.
Ooh, Back to Forever. I like that.
Anna Hoffman. So
okay, that's what's up, man. True legends in the building, man. I like that too, cause you know, like jazz is like a kind of like a forgotten art form that we got to get back to. You know what I mean? It's such a expression of you know, like the soul. I'm gonna say, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, you know, I mean, I'm a hip hop head, like I tell you, but I am hip hop. I done grew up in hip hop and worked in hip hop. But like, you know, we got to get back to the raw hip hop though too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I love how jazz has always been like a true art form. I mean, from the soul, real passion. You know what I mean, rather than a braggadocio type shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it actually relates to tech in many ways.
Yeah.
The way I see it, you know, we'll get into that.
Yeah, man. So listen, man, for those of those that don't know, you know what I mean, my guy Soul AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us what Soul AI is all about, brother.
Yeah, so Soul AI is a intelligent platform that's really focused on making sure that our communities, Black and Brown community, are not just consumers of AI, but we are shaping it.
Hello. Come on now.
You know, we are benefiting from it. And
come on now, yeah.
About jazz, you know, I think that this technology is perfectly suited for us because, look, if you think about our history, we've taken things and remixed them, repurposed them, left and right? From field hollers that became blues, blues became jazz, jazz turned into hip hop,
evolution.
Now what hip hop is the soundtrack of the world.
Right. And then hip hop is spawned that we got the Afro beats, you know what I mean? You got reggaeton, like, you know what I mean? You got these, you know, you got different spawns off of the hip hop. You know what I mean? That's not even just only American either, like different countries.
No, it's global.
Global. Yeah.
So the point there is when we look at AI, we have to understand that it's particularly generative AI. That it is a form of technology that really is all about remixing.
Facts.
Taking something new out of something old. And I don't think anyone's better at doing that than us, right?
Nah, man.
We just have to understand that. That's the message. We're so exist to get that word out, to show people what the technology is, and understand it, so that they can get in the game and start mixing it up.
Come on now. Yeah, I know that's what we're all about over here. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Making sure the culture is always represented, making sure marginalized people and communities, you know what I mean, have the access and the knowledge, you know what I mean, to be able to capitalize. Because like you said, brother, like we always left out of the conversation when it comes to capitalizing, man. You know what I mean? Like, and how do we change that? Like, and this is why we change that. This is why we're here. This is why we're talking to you guys and girls out there. You know what I'm saying? Because we are changing it. It's not about how can we are changing it. You know what I mean? One day at a time. And so, how is Soul AI changing the game for these people out here?
So, you know, we try to do a couple things. We want to inspire, right?
Of course,
we want to educate. So literacy, you know, we can't do that. We can't get into the remix until we understand what the technology is. So first we got to help people actually understand. We're going to do it through culture. So we mix it up. We talk about what Timberland did with his
Osuna.
Yeah, exactly. With this drop, you know, whether people love it or
he get a lot of flack for it. A lot of flack.
We at least want people to understand what the technology is.
That's a fact.
Spotlighting how it can be used.
That's a fact.
We did a big piece on dandyism around the Met Gala.
Wow.
And we used that to really highlight how cultural appropriation
Right.
is at risk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
Facts.
that situation where dandyism was being on the front cover of everything,
Right.
and then twisted, put a AI spin on it so people could connect, first be drawn to it,
Right.
then hopefully read it, and then get some knowledge along the way.
That's
right?
it. That's
So,
it. Yeah.
we look at it like a kind of an open kitchen concept.
True.
Where you go in a restaurant, you see the chef, you see the food, you see them cooking. We want to do that with AI.
Got you, man. I love that, man. That's good because we tell people all the time too. It's like whether you pro or con AI, get to know it. You know what I mean? Do your research, do your education. Do your due diligence so that you can be able to navigate around it, even if you are not pro AI. You know what I mean? Because it's inevitable, and that you're gonna have to be able. You're gonna have to be able to navigate these blockchain streets and these AI streets and these crypto streets. Like, you know what I mean? It's you're not gonna get around it. You know what I mean? So just do your research right now. You know what I mean? And educate yourself, because like we say all the time, education is key. And what people don't know will hurt them.
Absolutely. The way that it works, it actually risks dampening our culture.
Yeah.
Narrative, right?
Facts, yeah.
So, like, you made a good point. Whether you are, a proponent,
Right.
or you're on the other side, there's still a place to get involved. Because
sure.
you cannot let this technology just go by and just watch it.
Watch it, right?
You're gonna
Yeah.
get impacted no matter what.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's gonna be like watching that train go by. It's gonna be like we're gonna be watching it like the train is going.
And then it's gonna be
dusting our face like this.
they're going to be catching the checks.
Oh yeah.
Because
They're gonna be looking back laughing like we laughed through the bank on y'all motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because right now they're taking our voice. Every time we're on there, we're putting in our thoughts, we're putting in our music, maybe our lyrics, our language,
Facts.
our culture, and then
Facts.
it comes back to us
yeah.
in a way that we don't understand.
Right.
It doesn't really connect with us because it's lost the soul.
Facts,
But
yeah.
someone else is profiting, and that's what we want to change. We want to. And I was thinking about the blockchain part. There is a way. I talk about, we have to take control of our content, our data.
Hello.
We have to be creators of it. And then we have to attach the attribution so we can get the compensation or the cash.
That's right. Come on,
And
man.
blockchain actually, there's a lot of similarity between the creation of things and then the compensation, and that blockchain and how that allows for that compensation, that credit, that attribution to flow along the way.
I'm telling you, man.
And are you familiar with Holly Plus?
No, what's that?
So she's a sister who's actually flipping the game and showing people exactly what I'm talking about, how you can remix. So she's a vocal artist. She's a singer.
Okay, yeah.
And she's put her voice out there, and she's like, hey, you can make...
Right.
You can use my song my voice
Right.
to make whatever music you want. But here's the catch. She's attached her through blockchain.
Right.
So that if you go make her record with her voice, she's going to get paid.
She's going to receive the royalties.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to tell you guys and girls. Listen, digital assets, man, come with a lot of digital rewards, baby girl, baby guys. Like, listen, man, it comes with incentives, aka utilities that will change your life. You know what I mean? Like the royalties and the residuals that you get from these digital assets is like life changing. You know what I mean? It's generational wealth building. You know what I mean? And it's being able to see. We gotta elevate ourselves now, because we need to just being the buyer and the consumer and the customer, where we're not thinking of being the seller, you know what I mean, and the owner.
Right.
And it's like you said earlier, we give our data away free willy-nilly. We give it away, like we give them everything. Like, oh, what do you want? Oh, whole life story. Yeah, take it, guys. Like, and these are the guys that, and they're in turn taking it and they're monetizing off of this data, and you're not making money on either end.
No.
And you're still not owning anything. Right. So, like, why not flip the script? You know what I mean? Why not become an owner, own the data, so that you can monetize alone just from that alone, just like how the big companies do, as well as be able to thrive in whatever business or whatever market you're in.
Right. And we have some good examples. You probably another music one is Willonius, right?
Yeah.
So, he is maybe doesn't get enough credit for the ingenuity to go out and make that. He became the first, his song became the first sample, AI music sample that was paid for.
Facts, yeah.
So, Holly Plus. So those are examples of people who actually, they understand the game.
Right.
They're getting the attribution and the credit and the cash.
Right, yeah.
To follow along.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are the big tech, and I don't think all these things are intentional, but we're not part of that program, which represents, it's good and bad, right?
That's true.
There's huge markets. We are a huge market, and there's things that can be developed for our community.
Exactly, it's not
in our community that they're not thinking about that we can capitalize on. So I encourage people to be creators, to be owners, to be builders, and let's stop being just consumers.
Consumers, that's what. Come on, man. Yeah, man. I do. I want to just say, like, I confer, because, like, it's a mindset, it's a mentality thing. You know what I mean? Us as a people, black and brown, indigenous people, like, people, marginalized people, we have to be able to change our mindset to elevate. You know what I mean? That's just a thing. Like, and I like how I like your perspective on it, how you're taking it too, especially because to know that maybe AI can't have a soul, but us as the culture and people of soul can be in the space to bring the soul to
we
AI.
Put the soul in it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So
we are culture.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was working on a project and I was discussing bias with AI.
Right.
And it was bias as I was discussing bias. But the opportunity for us is to bring the soul. Look, we are culture. Right?
That's right, yeah.
And we are the frequency. We are the tone.
We are, baby.
And so we've got to bring that same heat to this game. And it's wide open right now. We need to be in the game. And I think that, when you think about other technologies, this is the one that is made for us.
Right.
Because it's one that thrives on creativity.
True, that's true. Yeah,
I don't think anybody can mix up fashion, music, language, the way we do, and all those things are possible at another level.
That's true.
AI.
That's true, really, because it's all about, it just allows you to enhance what it is you're already bringing to the table or whatever you got going on already, so, and who does it better than us, baby, you know what I mean? But we are collective and we are inclusive of everybody, you know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's just that, we want to make sure we have a seat at the table as well here, you know what I mean? But
no, we don't want a seat at the table. We're going to build our own team.
We're going to build our own. Hello. Come on. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Come on, James.
Yeah,
it's 2025, man. 2025,
exactly. Man. And it's not about being exclusive, right, or trying to build something only for us, but in this particular case, we are being left out.
Oh, no, we damn sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not about us trying to put up walls, right? But we're good at building bridges or making a new door when there's no door there.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got to work both sides. We've got to come up with alternatives in the short term while we build long term.
Long term,
on the other hand.
Yeah, and that's the main part of the mentality too, man. Being able to see a long term, or at least try to find what the long term goal is, like, you know what I mean, rather than just short term. But I want to ask you, what's some of the backlash like you think you faced since you started Soul AI, man?
Well, look, we know that there are policy and level things that are making it difficult for anything that has black in it or trying to serve a particular market. But I really don't take much time worrying about that.
Facts.
But I am aware of that.
Yeah.
People who are trying to do conferences, people who are trying to get the word out, that rely on sponsorship and advertisers. And I think this is another signal. We have to figure out ways to build for ourselves, fund things ourselves, market them ourselves, and I think it's a wake-up call.
It is.
The barriers are certainly going to be there for a while, and we cannot let that stop us. Let me give you a quick example. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, right down the road. We're
Right.
in Cincinnati right now.
Yeah.
My grandmother, back in the 50s, used to have to drive. She was the second female realtor, not black,
Wow.
female realtor in the United States.
Wow. Second female to host it. Wow.
In the
In
country.
the country. Wow.
And she used to have to drive her clients across the state line to get mortgages when the bank said no. Right? But while
right.
she would go do that and figure out ways to get the mortgages,
Yeah.
with her other hand, she started Unity State Bank.
Wow.
Right? So we cannot worry about these barriers.
Can't,
We have to
yeah.
figure out alternatives in the meantime
Right.
while we're building
Right.
those solutions, those
And-
long-term
yeah.
solutions.
That's real. And she did that not in this digital era. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did that in the real era. Like, yeah, that's for real.
To repurpose.
Yeah,
We've been
man.
doing that. We did it with food. As I said, we did it with music.
Right.
We've done it with clothes.
Yeah, come on,
Streetwear
man.
became fashion.
Come on.
The luxury houses.
Yeah.
And now it's back to the street.
Come on, look at it, like, yeah.
Back and
we
forth.
can't, yeah, like, even look at hip hop, like, multi-billion-dollar business right now started from the hood in the
Right.
park, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just scratching vinyl, you dig?
We have
like,
to believe, as you
know what I
said, the
mean?
mindset.
Right, it's a mindset, man, because hip-hop started from the park, man, in the Bronx, man, with
Yeah.
just people in the hood and just wanted a way out, you know what I mean? Wanted a release, bro, like, and look what it led to, a multi-billion-dollar business that everybody slept on.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But you mentioned resistance or backlash. You know, I hope I present myself, and I can, like my grandmother.
Yeah.
right? She worked with the banks. She drove across state lines.
Right.
She worked with the corporations. She ran for Ohio State representative. Right. I believe you can be in the game. I'm not being confrontational. I'm being honest.
That's a fact, yeah.
Right? I
yeah,
speak
that's
truth
true.
to power.
That's true.
But
yeah.
I'm also willing to do a deal with you if you want to do it in the right way. So I hope that there's not, backlash. I'm sure there's going to be haters on both sides.
Oh no, there's gonna be haters, yeah, man. They even
We're
hated
not gonna let that
Jesus.
stop us.
Yeah, man, they even hated Jesus. There's always gonna be haters, and just people don't understand, and people seem to tend to really hate or get caught up off of stuff that they don't understand or take the time to even try to get to know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with this here, man, listen, man, we're gonna continue to just doing this for the love of all the creators. You know what I mean? All the entrepreneurs out there, all the real true businessmen and women that's got a brand that they putting their all into, man. That's what this is about. And yeah, we're keeping the soul in AI. Any advice you got for anybody coming up in the game?
Well, one, going to the Soul AI, the Soul.ai.
AI. Hello, you know what I mean? Yes, man.
It's right now it's get into it, right? AI literacy, start there. Put your fingers on the keypad, open up, start with some tool, but test it, push back.
You gotta push back, yeah.
Know
You
that
gotta
it
push
is
back.
not, custom made. Well, it is custom made to keep you hooked, right?
Facts.
So
Yeah.
you got to talk to it like you're talking to, like me and you are talking.
Facts. Regular convo.
Ask it, are you really giving me facts? Are you giving me truth?
Right.
Or are you telling me what I want to hear?
Right.
And that is one thing I think people really need to understand.
Gotta get
You've
it.
got to push back because it's part of the attention economy.
Right,
And
right,
it'd
right,
rather
right.
tell you what it thinks you
They
want to
think you
hear
are right. Yeah.
versus what you really need to
Which
hear.
is crazy too, right? Because that's like a female or a guy, talking to the other opposite sex, just telling them what you want to hear. It's telling them, you know what I mean? It's I think when you think about it like that, it's like, this kind of weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can I trust you then, motherfucker?
Well, that's why we
you
need
tell me
to-
whatever I want to hear. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, is this business plan? That's the greatest business plan I've ever seen, right? But then if you say, come on, for real,
Right.
it'll be like,
nah. I just want to hurt your feelings. Oh, you want to hurt my feelings?
I'm about to go to the bank and tell my boys to put money into this. And, so you've got to get the literacy.
Right.
You got to understand, right? So that's first and foremost.
That's true. Nah, I like that, man. Yeah, man. It's just we think we're gonna do that in the future by 2030, man. Well, actually, hold on. Before then, what's some of the things like to keep these guardrails and stuff up? You know what I mean? Just as far as like the bias and the different rhetoric that might be coming with this.
Yeah, look, we are not going to be able to change the bias in the short term that are in these large language models. There's just absolutely no way.
I
What
feel
we
that,
have to
yeah.
focus on is building what's called the application layer. So
Okay.
when you build something on top
Right.
of those systems, you can do a better job of the filtering some of the bias.
Got
right?
you, okay.
So we
Okay.
need an army. We need a movement of people that are telling our young people, our old people, and everybody in between what the deal is.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
So, we're not going to change these models.
Right, right.
They're too
Yes,
big.
yeah.
They're too entrenched. So that is a false narrative to even think that we're going to go down that path. But we can try to start educating people. We can start building our own.
That's right.
And get more involved.
That's true, man. That's build our own, get more educated. Yeah, that's come on, man. This is Gems I getting over here, guys and girls. We here at the Midwest Con, man. Shout out to Rob. And I'm going to shout out to my guy, Jabba, man. We in the building, man. Disruption, man. On the Blockchain Podcast. This is how we do. Because we collaborate. We don't hate, man. We come together and tribe vibe, man. Teamwork is dream work, everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like, right now, before we get out of here, like, I just want to say, like, man, salute, King. Like, what made you even want to get into this space, though?
I get that question a lot of times. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm a money manager, so I've managed over $7 billion.
Right.
Institutional investors. all
Oh,
kinds of
shit, okay.
And we've been using AI and data to manage money for decades.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So when-
Hold on, I'm sorry, not to cut you again, but that's crazy because we have, and I've been telling people that, and they're like, no, you it just came around, and I'm like, bro, this shit been around. Like,
yeah.
corporations been utilizing this for years
Right.
now, man.
Yeah.
My bad, I'm gonna cut you off.
No. So I was when ChatGPT jumped on the scene, I understood it.
Right.
And I immediately had a flashback like, I got to do something.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I just jumped into the game.
Jump
man.
right in, yeah.
Right in and started talking, started speaking,
Right.
and trying to create a movement.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what everything's about. Is a movement. You know what I mean? And yeah, we continue to grow this movement. You know what I mean? And spread the word and man, onboard you guys, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Before we get out of here, what's your social media for the people?
Well, right now, like I said, mostly, my message in this space can be found at thesoul.ai. And we've got our social media handles are the same.
Got you. Come on, man. Y'all know the vibe. Y'all know what it is. But before we get out of here, I just want to ask, like, what emerging AI developments you think was like you're most excited about that's coming up?
I'm most excited about what we're able to do with other, like, beyond narrative, right? What's going on with, like, short film or graphics or visuals and things like that.
Yeah.
Because once again, I think these creative areas are where I see. So we're doing a lot in the narrative side,
Right.
But we can't wait to add on the music,
Right.
short films,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
visuals, and
Yeah, we gotta
like
collaborate
that.
on some of that too, the musical stuff too, yeah, because we got some dope things in the works as well, man, the pipeline. So yeah, man.
Do you know what I'm most excited about?
Yeah.
album,
Come on, I already know, baby. Yeah. What's the album, man? Let them know where they can get the album at,
Well,
man.
it's gonna be dropping in the first quarter.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that's
Back
Q1.
to forever.
Back to forever. Back to forever, man.
Anna Hoffman.
Come on, man. Anna Hoffman, a legend, man. Shout out to Anna, man. Listen, man. I salute you, Queen. Salute. Like, it's been what a career, man. And that's beautiful, bro, because you're bringing the worlds together. You know what I mean? Like they say, the worlds collide. That's what we do over here. You know what I mean? Like, because the best collaboration, I mean, like, some of the best collaborations bring together, like, just different people, different worlds, different ecosystems, different communities. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's a hybrid situation, and it's kind of better than just something regular. Like, to be honest with you, like, you know what I mean? Like, why not come together and create greatness? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I love that, James, man. Anything you got to say for the people before we get out of here?
Hey, well, I just appreciate you, man. Appreciate this platform.
Yes, sir.
Check us out. Join the movement. Be the movement.
Hello. Join the movement, be the movement. Disruption Now, Blockchain Podcast, Midwest Con. Shout out to Rob. We're in the building. Listen, man. Until next time, we're out of here.